Good evening, everybody. I hope you've had a good week. On Saturday, I was teaching mediumship. So we were using different techniques to bring our loved ones that have passed through. We had a fabulous day. And I have to say, everybody on the course did absolutely brilliantly. I knew they would do. They didn't know they would do. But it was a really, really interesting day. And we're now going to set up a regular development group for those ones that wanted to continue, because they definitely want to carry on their spiritual journey. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about tarot, and I didn't want to do a card of the day. So I just said to them, what card can I talk about? Because when I teach tarot, I will try and give you some hints and tips or ways to remember things. And I had a little smile to myself because the beautiful King of Pentacles came out. And the King of Pentacles, anybody that's ever done my courses will go, my David Beckham of the pack. Now, before you ladies all get a bit excited, not going to necessarily look like David Beckham or even be able to kick a ball. But the real meaning of the King of Pentacles is that he's a good, solid man, very reliable, good with money, will have his own career. So really, out of all the kings, he's the steady Eddie of the pack. And whilst we might not want a steady Eddie when we get older, we certainly want a steady Eddie as we get a bit older. And certainly it would be somebody that would be helpful to you. If it wasn't necessarily in a romantic way, it certainly would be something like maybe a bank manager or somebody in finance that could help you with your finances if you were going through maybe the sale of a house or any other sort of investment, or even if you were selling shares or that sort of thing, or buying shares. So a good, solid person to have around. And that's really the way I teach. When I teach, I try to give my kings and queens, which are mostly, to be fair, not always, but the majority of the time it's going to be people. And so an easy way to start remembering your kings and queens is to give them the name of somebody that you know very well, and you can associate immediately what their personality would be like, or what sort of person they would be as regards to whether they're reliable, whether a little bit emotional, whether they're somebody that, may give you a bit of a run for your money, for want of a better way of putting it, but also people to be aware of, because in reality, not everybody is a good person to have around us, and depending on our characters as well, it can make a huge difference to whether it's a good person to have around at that for you, and also depending on where you are in your life. But invariably, kings and queens, I always say, generally are people. And so Cambria. So that's the way I teach anyway. So I teach that on the Bringing the Tarot to Life course. Now, I think I have a lady or a gentleman, I don't know, Cambria I don't remember where you're from, but hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Hello. Sorry, how do you pronounce your name?
Cambria. You pronounced
Cambria.
it correctly.
Fabulous. Okay, sorry. They always challenge me with names, and I just want to make sure I've got it right for you. How can I help you, Cambria?
I'm just looking for some confidence booster, maybe to reach my great-grandma who passed away about 8 years ago.
I had a lady with me.
Having a lot of issues.
Okay. Your grandmother comes through more as a mother for you, though. Would that be correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because it was weird. I had a lady saying mum passed, and it was obviously a grandmother, but she was straight here with me. I just feel you haven't really dealt with her passing properly, Cambria, she tells me.
Okay.
Like, obviously you've dealt with it in one way,
I'm emotional when it comes to her passing.
Okay. Well, can I tell you, she's doing absolutely fine. So if you're worried about what's happening with her, she tells me she's now having a great time, which tells me towards the end of her life she probably wasn't having a great time. So she said, there's nothing for you to worry your little head about, she said, as regards to where she is. But she does worry that you're almost stuck on a fence at the moment, Cambria. I feel that I want to push you not off the fence, but push you in a direction and do something. She said, "You've got to get on with your life, dear. You can't let it fritter away."
Okay.
Does that
I've
make
been
sense to
on
you?
the fence a lot. Yeah, I've been on the fence a lot about working because I have some medical issues.
Okay. I'm not feeling that they're very helpful with those medical things. Your
No,
work?
no, they're not.
No.
Well, I'm not working at the moment, but um, the doctors aren't really being very helpful.
Okay. Can you tell me if you've got a blood issue?
A blood issue.
Do you have something wrong with your blood?
My I have like an issue where I my blood pressure drops. If I get too
Okay.
stressed out, I and have anxiety, I will start to feel faint and start to pass out, and that's when my blood pressure drops.
Okay, because what your grandmother's saying is that you have a blood issue. So first, obviously, that's fine, not fine, but you get what I mean. So what she's saying is that I think you need to change direction in your work. You certainly need to take something a little less stressful. But I don't know what's the matter with you exactly, but she tells me your government should help out with you a bit. So I
Okay,
don't know if
yes,
you're
I am
entitled to
on
disability.
SSI.
Okay, that still doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm hoping it's some sort of disability or some help with that. But I feel that you need to chill a little bit more and do something a bit more. Yeah, definitely chilled is the way I'd get it, Cambrian. She is a really
Okay,
lovely lady, your grandmother.
she was
I think
she
she
was
was a.
like
I think
she
she
taught
was a
me how to
lot of
kill
fun.
time.
Yeah, I have to say, I think she was quite funny as well. I think she had a great sense of humor.
Hmm.
And she just said that we had lots of laughter. But I see you as a young child with her, and these were really precious times for this lady. Really precious times. I'm kind of sitting in a front room with you and her when you were younger. And she said it was always a pleasure, always a delight. And I don't, you know something, Cameron? I think you've always lacked in confidence by what your grandmother's showing me.
Yes, yes, definitely.
This is from being a child. This is like young.
Yes, I
You
still
understand?
lack I'm sorry, confidence now.
Yeah. Well, um, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? Because what she's just saying is that I feel that you need to get your health sorted out properly. I don't know what this blood thing is, but maybe that needs to be looked into more. She does say to go into a completely different direction. Have you thought about doing anything spiritually?
Recently, I thought about getting a job working with animals. That's something I've really wanted to do.
Like in a
But
healing
I'm
environment?
worried about my back issues and stuff.
Okay. Was that be in a healing environment somehow? Like
Um,
he- healing with
and
animals? Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
I'm more open when I'm with animals.
Okay. Well, I think this would be good for you. And I don't know if you need to worry about your back. Maybe you are sitting behind a desk almost within a vet or a reception area or something. That's what I'm being shown. But I would say that I think that that would help you um, not get so stressed. Secondly, she keeps going on about this blood issue. I don't know, my love. Is there a secondary problem with your blood? Not that you know of. She just keeps
I
going
don't
on and
know.
on about it. Okay, maybe you go and get some blood tests done. I really don't know, but she keeps going shouting in my ear about your blood. So I've really got to say, please go and get that checked out. I'm not a medical, clearly, or a doctor or anything, but
Right.
your grandmother's saying that. Okay. But I do think there are some changes to
Okay.
come. I don't see you going back to your existing role. I don't think you should. I think we need to find something else for you. The other thing is, you're quite, I don't know if you write poems or something, do you?
I don't write poems. I have a friend that does, though.
Okay. Well, if your friend is doing something with poems. It's something to do with, can she really push herself forward? I think she should be doing a book of poems or getting this published in some shape or form, whether it's on some regular magazine or something like that. But your grandmother's saying her poems are quite heartfelt and would be very appreciative to some people, a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask me before I close or move on?
Is there any?
Can I ask you, is your dad in spirit, Cambrian?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so it's granddad.
It would probably be my
There's a man
great
coming.
grandfather.
I didn't think I was as high a level as that. I'm either on a dad level or grandfather level. I didn't think I was great grandfather. So I'd like to ask you, have you got an uncle in spirit or?
I don't know of anybody. I don't know at the moment. I don't.
Don't worry. I feel like I'm on the dad level rather than higher. I don't feel like great granddad. I work on levels, so partners, brothers, sisters, cousins, friends, your level, upper levels, mum and dad, and then upper level again is grandparents. And they keep saying the dad level to you. He just wants to be remembered to you. Whoever this man was, he passed a long time ago, and he may have passed quite young, I think. But I'm on your dad's side for that. Don't worry, Cambrian, I'll leave it with you. Okay.
It's okay.
All right, I'll leave the love with you. All right, my lovey.
My dad. I think my dad is okay. Fine. I don't think anything's happened.
Then it would have been a long time ago, and I'm on the dad level. I'll let you have a think about that one anyway. All right. This man would have been about mid-20s when he passed, about 26, something like that when he passed. Have a think about it, or yeah, I'll leave it with you because I've got another call coming through. It's all right, my lovey.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye for now. Bye-bye, love. Bye. All the best. So, was it Karen I have next?
Yes, hi.
Oh, hi, Karen. Hi, sorry, you're there. Well done. Hello. I thought I'd lost you there. Sorry.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, no problem. I love your accent.
Oh, it comes with the territory. I don't practice at all. It's just how I am. Bless you. Thank you. How can I help you, Karen?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to find out. My son had passed away in October the 6th last year. It's been 7 months. And I didn't know if he will come to me or visit me or anything. To be honest with you, I've been completely devastated. I just feel like I know he's passed, but it's like I'm living in a nightmare, you know. I'm just constantly I won't leave my house because I'm afraid if he comes, I won't be here. So I've been just waiting and waiting. We were extremely close and...
Okay. Can I ask you, what did he pass with? I've got massive pressure on my chest and I've literally lost all feeling in my arms. What did he pass with?
He overdosed on fentanyl, they say.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything to me.
He was in another state.
Yeah, I can tell you it was my chest or this area that would have given out. So I don't know if his heart gave out, but pressure on my chest. And I literally had the most awful feeling. I was losing all my feeling out of my arms and hands. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get him sorted out. So I don't know if his heart gave out or something like that anyway with the drugs, but okay.
Right. And I didn't know if it was intentional or even though the toxicologist in the corner told me it was accidental, but one said that they felt like he was beat up before there was an overdose. And the people that found him put him in a bathtub, then they moved him to the bedroom.
Okay, don't tell me too much. Let me give you what I'm getting, okay? What I get from him is it was definitely accidental, but what I do feel was he took more of the stuff than what he realized. So I think they're both right in a way. It was an overdose, But what I'm going to say is, I don't think he was in a fit state to know exactly what he was taking and how much he was taking. But I don't think it was a necessarily, don't want to be here. But I do have a lot of unhappiness around him. And I want to know if there was a breakup in a relationship just before he passed too.
His wife is down here in Alabama, in Mobile, and he was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but they was hoping they could reconcile. But yes, I think she had sent him divorce papers long ago, and
there
he
you
never
go. You
signed them.
understand why he, okay, but you understand why I get this breakup before he passed. Okay. I felt that his life had not been on track for at least 3 or 4 years. So I felt as if he'd been okay some days, not okay some days, definitely not okay for any great period of time. He tells me like he was going, it's almost like he was driving round and round in circles, is the way he gives it to me. He also felt like, it's almost like he's on a speed track, but he didn't know where the exit was. So I just couldn't get off this going around situation that I was in. He also said that he felt like he wanted to speak to you but couldn't speak to you. Now, I don't think that's because you're not a good mum. That would be just the way he felt about things. He tells me he felt that he was a real loser. And that he just couldn't get himself
like
up.
that. Yes.
Yeah, you understand? Okay. So please don't take it that he didn't want to be with you or he wouldn't be with you. As regards to leaving the house, obviously spirit are around us all the time. They don't just not come home because we're not there. Your son will be with you a lot trying to sort it out. He feels that he wasn't always a good son to you. Now, I don't know if he was or he wasn't. That's not for me to judge.
He was. We were extremely close.
Well, this is his opinion, lovey. It's not my opinion. I'm just giving you what he said.
Yes, ma'am.
But he felt like he let you down on a number of occasions. So that doesn't mean to say that he was horrible to you, but I felt that you were bailing him out in different ways a lot. Do you understand?
Yes. Oh, yes, ma'am. I've got that.
Okay. So what he does say is he wished he could have been better and stronger. But your son was a very, very weak energy in the sense of he did not have a lot of confidence. He didn't have a lot of self-esteem. He really lacked, I don't know how to put it.
Ma'am.
He just lacked. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. He lacked confidence in himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this has something to do with his father, but from a long time ago, probably when he was a child.
Yeah,
so was
his father
not
died
around?
when he was very, very young.
Okay, that makes sense then. I wasn't being rude, but I knew that there was an issue, and your son might have been about 5 or 6 or something like that. He gives me that was a massive turning point in his life. From there,
yes,
I felt
you're
never
absolutely
really
correct.
Okay. From then, I felt like he never quite got on it's almost like if I saw a ladder, I kept putting my foot up, but I couldn't quite pull myself up the ladder properly. I'd go a few steps up and a few steps down all the time. But it wasn't for the want of him not trying. I really like your son. He's a nice energy. And I just think he was a lost soul this side of life once Dad passed. I have to say,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
felt that he and his wife really weren't on the same page. And I don't think his wife truly understood him. Not that I don't think she didn't try to. I just don't think that she could understand him.
Right.
The other thing he's showing me, was there an issue with papers after he passed? He keeps showing me lots of documents and papers.
Yes, ma'am. He had a lot of court dates and stuff with papers and that he never, was able to take care of.
Yeah, I got a mountain of papers that you had to work through. And he didn't necessarily need you or want you to see all of that. So he feels a little bit embarrassed that he left everything in such a state. I don't think it was deliberate, my love, but I think it was accidental. But I do feel he was that unhappy that he didn't really know exactly what he was taking. or how much of what he was taking.
Yes.
And he keeps showing me a motorcycle. Did he have a motorcycle?
No, ma'am, he didn't.
Well, okay. Did his dad have a motorcycle? I don't know. I've got a motorcycle coming to your reading for some reason.
He did sell like his stepfather's motorcycle when we had left North Dakota. That's the only one that I can think of.
It's okay. He just talked about this motorcycle. I don't know, my love. So it must have meant a lot to him or a lot to you because he talks about it. He does say sorry to let you down, Mum. And I know you don't see it that way, but that's the way he sees it. And I've got to give his message to you. But he said, please, can you forgive me for not sorting things out properly, for behaving in the way that he did before he passed, and for not telling you how he felt.
Yeah, I was supposed to have seen a week later. I was going up there when this had happened.
Oh.
Then I'm just the one that, like you say, I'm the one that's dealing with different court issues and paperwork, sending out the death certificates and stuff on him. But we were extremely close, and we talked just about every day. Except for the day that
I think
happened.
you talked, but I don't think you talked about the things that he should have talked about, if you see what I'm saying to you, Karen.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
He carried an awful lot around with him, and I felt as if he didn't feel that he could speak to you about that because he felt almost ashamed, is a good word.
Yes, he was like that.
I actually really like him. He's quite a sweetie.
Thank you. If I loved him.
Yeah, he's got a nice energy about him, but it's such a shame, obviously. And I do feel sorry for your loss, but he is around you all the time. He does laugh about you not going out now. He said, for goodness sake, Mother, go out the house. Don't worry. You're not going to miss me. I'll be with you. And I have to say, I think your driving can be a little bit erratic because he says to me, make sure you're looking at the road properly when you drive, Mum. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly.
I do.
Okay.
I was driving cars for a living. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there you go. Then absolutely. He's just winding you up. I don't know, but he's like, make sure you look at the road properly when you drive, Mum. So I've got to go with what he says. But I'm going to leave his love with you, and I'm hoping that's been all right for you. I really think he's a nice guy, but, it's a shame.
Yeah.
These things happen, Yes,
ma'am. I was just...
Does that help you at all?
To know if they can actually come back. I mean, I know he, not in real body form. I just didn't know if they'd come back in a spirit where I could see him or something.
Okay. It's unlikely you're going to be able to see him. He may visit you during a dream or sometime when you're in a sleep state. But they will let us know they're around in other shapes and forms.
Yes.
Well, my husband passed last year, and for the best part of the whole year that he passed, he literally switches my television on at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, which means I have to come downstairs and switch the television.
That's a sign.
That's a sign.
And thank you so much, Miss Lesley.
Oh, that's okay. You're very welcome. But look out for the signs. So there will be, I'm going to tell you something. If you're in your car quite a bit, I think your son is going to play with your radio. So your radio could go up, your sound could go down, something like that. But I think that's the way he's definitely going to connect with you.
You know what?
All right.
You're awesome, because I've been having problems with my radio changing it to a different channel.
Well, guess
And I'm always moving it back.
Well, there you go. That will tell you then. So he's bang on. No wonder he's telling me about your radio. Okay. I'm going to leave your son's love with you. All right, my love, because I've only got a few minutes left. And I really do.
Thank you, Miss Lesley.
For you. You're very welcome.
You're
very welcome,
much.
Karen. All the best.
You have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, my lovey. Thank you. All the best. Oh, bless her. Okay. And so obviously it's very sad. Funny enough, we were doing a mediumship day on Saturday, and it's all about people that have passed and getting messages from them. And we had some laughter and we had some tears, which is always the case on a day like that, because there are always funny things, but it's also very sad when we miss the people that are around us. But anyway, just before I close, I just wanted to talk to you about a few other things that's going on, because I'm going to be running some competitions. So you can win some vouchers for a reading with me, or some money off vouchers, or you'll get a free reading, maybe a free email reading. We're going to do different things on a regular basis. And the way to sort of keep an eye on this is to either sign up to my Facebook page, which is Lesley Carver Psychic Medium on Facebook, Instagram, which is also Lesley Carver Psychic Medium, or you can sign up to my newsletter on my website. And my website is lesleycarverpsychicmedium.com, and there you'll get a newsletter, say, every few months, and it'll tell you what's coming up with events, what courses I'm doing. I'm also going to introduce some of my teaching on Zoom, so it does mean that people overseas and maybe in a slightly different time zone will be able to receive some teaching from me if they would like. And so that's going to be coming out the second half of the year. But to keep on top of everything about where I am and what I'm doing, that's the best places to contact me. And this Thursday, I will be doing an evening of clairvoyance. So I've got a massive room of 150 people. So hopefully Spirit are going to be good and give me lots of messages to give out there. And next week's show is completely different. So if you want to see something completely different next week, tune into my show, Straight Talking from Spirit, with me, Lesley Carver, at, I think it's 2:30 US time, but 7:30 UK time. And we're going to have some fun. I'm going to have a room full of people and be giving out messages to them. And we're going to have some fun. So do something totally different next week. But it's been lovely. Do have a lovely week. I'm going to my friend's wedding on Saturday, which has been put off for at least 2 years. So, 2:30 Eastern time and 11:30 Pacific time it was. So anyway, so I'm going to go to a wedding this Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to, because my friend's wedding's been put off for the last 2 years for COVID. So we're going to have a fabulous time there. And I hope you all have a lovely week, and I shall see you next Tuesday. And enjoy your week. Bye for now.